64. For their belt loops, pockets, headphone wires, or whatever else they may have that could get caught on doorknobs. But since it is my worst enemy, all of the above applies to what they have at the time of passing through a door. Story 55. I do not hate anyone or have any enemies, but there are certain people that if I happen to see them burning alive and I needed to urinate, I would hold it. Story 56. A sticky space key. Sometimes it's fine, but there is an equal chance of no spaces or 3. Any keyboard. Physical, virtual, all unreliable. And it's him. Information technology can't find any fault. Story 57. That when they drink water out of a cup, little droplets come out of the bottom and get on their clothes. It is not always too noticeable, but it can be uncomfortable. Story 58. 90 seconds after he vigorously shakes his small boy's genitals at the urinal, the last 15/16 of his bladder empties right into his jeans. Story 59. Them ordering their staple favorites at their regular restaurants and none of them hitting the spot, consecutively for at least 8 to 10 places. Story 60. An eyelash in the corner of the eye that grows in such a way that it repeatedly gets stuck under the eyelid. Story 61. They get every single red light every time they are in a car, regardless of whether they are driving or not. Story 62. That's when they leave from work, their car air conditioning goes out, and then they arrive home. Yep, the house air conditioning is out too. July 30th, 2025. Story 63. Kitchen slugs. I hope they step on a kitchen slug in bare feet, in the dark, at least once every 24 hours for the rest of their cursed existence. Story 64. His phone regularly doesn't charge, and his AirPods stop working right before he has to go to work. This makes him stay at work all day with no phone and no music. He hates it. Oh, and may he also randomly run out of cannabis every time this happens. Diabolical. Story 65. A calf cramp that subsides every 10 minutes and a pins and needles feeling in their legs makes it difficult for them to stand up. Story 66. Constant internet connection problems or maintenance, constant power interruptions, and constant checkups and medication prevent her from getting her job done at the end of the day. She wishes for fewer troubles in her life while dealing with the toxic management of the company. Just like what I have been experiencing, I am still bringing the best results, and with just that tiny problem, they want me gone. That person who wants me gone because she wants to make her sister get hired again after being let go before is very greedy and unfair. Story 67. Pants that are half an inch too long, just long enough so they get caught on their shoes but too short to roll up. Story 68. Oh, I don't know. How about that pop-up advertisement that Jeeps have whenever you stop? That seems pretty inconvenient. Story 69. An itch in the arch of your foot that never goes away. Even if they find the right spot, they cannot itch deep enough to satisfy it. Story 70. Uncomfortable mouth means that no matter what they do, their mouth will be uncomfortable, making it difficult to sleep or do anything because of it. Story 71. I do not think I have an enemy or someone I really dislike, but if I did, I wish that everything that needs to be charged had a really specific angle that the charger needs to be kept at for it to work. Story 72. Their internet never works, whether with Wi-Fi or their own data. No internet, no social media, no work-oriented tasks, nothing online. Story 73. I hope you drink too much coffee before your morning commute, and then something happens that holds up traffic, and you have to use the restroom so badly that it hurts. Story 74. Their shoes have sand in them every time they go to put them on, even if they have never been near sand. Story 75. I hope their jack will be completely wet while stranded outside in the snow after the bus dropped them at a random station where no other bus comes for hours. Story 76. They will have a huge gaseous release every hour. The release is not smelly. It does not cause any pain, but it will be loud, very, very, very loud. Story 77. A dripping tap in the insert next to their bedroom drips once every 4 to 5 minutes, so they think it is not, but it is. Story 78. A wet sock is just part of it, where the sock rolls down into the shoe, and they cannot fix it, accidentally putting salt instead of sugar in their coffee or tea, and the temperature is either too hot or too cold. Story 79. There is a lot of traffic every time they drive home from work. Every traffic light is red, and they often encounter a garbage truck or some truck on or offloading or reversing on their street, requiring them to wait a little longer before finally getting home. Story 80. Every time they try to buy something, they are 1 cent short. The cashier will not let it slide. There are no pennies available, and nobody around them wants to help. Story 81. Not necessarily minor, but herpes in his eyes. A dentist butchered my teeth. It is common for dentists to get patients' saliva in their eyes, and many can contract sexually transmitted infections like acquired immune deficiency syndrome, herpes, syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia. Herpes cannot be cured, and in the eyes, it can cause blindness and extreme pain. It can spread along the optic nerve into the brain, leading to stroke, dementia, and insanity. Story 82. Something small is in their sock, but nothing comes out when they shake it. It would certainly irritate them when they get to dance practice. Story 83. An eyelash in their eye that they cannot seem to find, no matter how many times you try to wash it out. Story 84. Spilling curry or pasta sauce on every new white shirt they own. An unexpected item in the bagging area alert at every self-checkout, and their pen will always run out of ink halfway through a signature. Story 85. When this identical question was asked last week, I liked the answer, may their sleeve get caught on every door handle. Story 86. My neighbor wakes them up at 5:30 a.m., 6:30 a.m., and 9 a.m. with their stomping. It also returns between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. as well. Sometimes throughout the day, it happens between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. too. Story 87. My evil ex-stepmother has a thing for signature red nails. She gets them done and has a weird method to avoid chipping. But if it were up to me, chipped nail polish. Just get your nails done. Chip within the hour. Fix nails. Chips again. Assuming it might be the nail polish, she gets a new bottle of signature color. Chips again. Change top coat. Still chipped. Change to gel. Smudges before getting to ultraviolet light. Smudge is stuck on the nail until changed. Story 88. Oh, just a little knock-knock sound somewhere in their house every hour or so. Make it a little randomized. Also, make it happen in different parts of the house, but fairly close to where the last one happened. So, when he goes to find it, he goes to the spot and then waits for it to happen again, but it will have moved slightly. Have this go for a week. How about that? That might be enough to drive him mad. Story 89. That no matter what it is, when they go to get it and they are 10 steps away, they forget, go back, and remember, resulting in an endless time-wasting cycle. Story 90. No clean spoons or bowls when they need one. Dead batteries in every remote. Oil spots on all their clothing. Story 91. An entire column of dead pixels on their phone that is slightly off-center from the middle of the screen. Story 92. The male members, I hope the underwear they are currently wearing develops a misaligned flap in the front so their penis constantly pops out of it while they are walking and gets caught in a bind. For the female enemies, I hope they develop a really bad shaping spot right next to their labia. Story 93. They are a recluse who rarely leaves the house. They hope the power goes out randomly for at least a couple of hours every day, but only when they are awake. Story 94. They live on the top floor of their building, and the